do want to go into the precious treasury of genuine meaning and re-explore this Sangye Khandro translation. I feel quite privileged to have it and to be exploring it with you all. I think it's 2015. No, it's 2025. What am I? That was a joke. So, yeah, about 10 years old, this translation. Okay. Yeah, the best I can tell you all is that this very simple awareness practice is broken down in 84,000 teachings, 6 million teachings, and just expounded upon in so many different ways. Of course, the 84,000 is the Tripitaka, the Buddhist canon, 6 million verses of Dorje, and all the lines of the small, medium, and large Prajaparamita Emptiness Sutras. So we're all just talking about this awareness. It's empty. It doesn't have a location, a substantial existence. It's cognizant, meaning it has a natural wisdom aspect to it. And it has an all-pervasive energy. It has an energy. Just like the sun has a glow. So the sun is luminous, it's hot, it's bright, has all these qualities. But this book is all about your mind in that way. So let's just go right back into it and see what's going on here. It says the great soaring Garuda states, whoever bears witness to the meaning of self-appearances will know that no one has changed, polluted, or taken anything, and that this wisdom is not singular or differentiated. With no basis, the path is exempt, and there has never been a resultant experience. As that which liberates through seeing, hearing, or viewing, unsought and undiscovered by anyone, this abides in the hearts of everyone. Although primordially abiding, it transcends the process of looking and observing something. The uncontrived original nature is exactly that, empty of cause, devoid of contributing circumstance, and uncompounded by nature. It transcends the limits of activity and fixation. While observing the emergence and change of phenomena, aside from maintaining the method of stability, there is no need to adjust anything. So there, it means, you have different techniques to maintain abiding in the view and awareness. And our technique here is just to get used to your experience being in it naturally. So there isn't maintaining the method of stability in our approach. It's self-maintained, which the original scripture might have been saying that. So without attempting to strive or seek, and the next line proves my point. See how, is anybody else seeing the contradiction between these two sentences? How you have to have the view to understand, right? If you didn't have awareness, this would make no sense. It says, aside from, you got to maintain the method of placement. And then it says the very next line, without attempting to strive or seek is the actual source of everything. So you don't attempt anything. That means no maintaining stability. Self-maintained. Because why? Because distraction is a habit that has been conditioned into being. That habit starts to exhaust, and then you have stability. So it says, I've seen that naturally pure, yet seemingly defiled phenomena are actually free from contrivance, effort, and cessation. As either the state of total liberation or not, this all-pervasive wisdom pervades. Now, if we're in a Sutrayana context, certainly there would be effort in your shamatha practice. Definitely you would be maintaining your stability, your placement. But this is a whole different context. Ninth Dhyana, Ati Yoga Dzogchen. Okay, so we can continue a little bit here. So that was the great soaring Garuda Tantra. This is Longchen saying, those who are ordinary, oh man, sneak this, will be bound by the covering of objective phenomenon and thoughts, whereas practitioners will allow cognition to remain open and free. Hence, the latter mode of liberation is an exalted key point. They're so basic. That's mean, Rangshin. All right, but yeah, it's comparing to. Wait a minute. No, that's a pretty potent little paragraph. It says those who are ordinary, so people that are stuck in thoughts, will be bound by the covering of objective phenomenon and thoughts, whereas practitioners, that's you all, you allow your cognition to remain open and free. Isn't that what we've been talking about already today? If you go into the story, you go into the story. Just witness your inner narrative, your inner narration. If you go into a depression or excitation, it's also happening within knowingness. So you let it be open to its various states and fluctuations of the consciousness. So that is the key point. So beautiful. And again, where he's referencing the great soaring Garuda, it says the key point of self-awareness, set free and unaffected by anything, means that although body, mind, and their passions appear as a trap, the immature will fail to recognize this as their own. Nevertheless, a practitioner who recognizes self-nature to be uncontrived and non-abiding is primordially self-liberated, so no one else has set them free. What need is there to apply effort, since this is uncreated and rests in its own essence? Now, in the beginning, you just got pointed out, depending on the person, there may be small little efforts to familiarize with the view or the appearance of effort. Okay, I think we can stop it there, Yeshi. Thank you so much for facilitating. You're doing just a wonderful job on every video, and people are bragging about you too. They love when you're here. I think you really helped Dorje Legpa and Ropa when they were hosting, and it's just such a wonderful gift to have you doing that. And then everybody here that made this possible, this text exploration, really appreciate you. Yeah, those were powerful paragraphs, weren't they? Potent couple lines there. Oh, that's wonderful. This concludes our short text exploration for today, for this session at least. Are there any final thoughts, comments, questions before the dedication? Yeah.
Just quickly, both sessions that I've been at today have really reminded me. I read it was something. It was therapists, and they were saying in this thing I was reading that meditation to them is only half the journey. That their clients meditate and they then need to go to therapy to work through the things that the meditation brings up. And when I read it, I immediately thought of this. And these last two sessions, it's been, that idea that when the meditation things are coming up, but being in awareness, that kind of therapy is happening. You can almost physically feel it happening as things are loosening, and I just thought that was quite an interesting comparison. I thought that this is like meditation and therapy in one 10-minute package.
Yes. And the body is the mind too. We treat the body and the environment as mind. And this way we can let the whole thing be as mind. Definitely a therapy. This is the most powerful therapy I've ever seen. It's got the power of modern cognitive behavioral therapy, like in the past 5 years. Their discoveries, sometimes in some parts of it's rediscoveries from the 80s, but um, yeah, they're really going into meta awareness and lots of cool stuff now. And so we have the power of that plus thousands of years of introspective science. All these yogis telling us all about the mind and everything. I mean, they have modern psychology is very, very young. And so they have many, many years on modern psychology. And it's great when people are willing to do their own sort of psychology, which this is. It takes a great deal of bravery, and you're like a pioneer traversing through your own mind. This can be a trip, a total trip. And so, thankfully, there are two main things that I've kept in place here to support you on that if you need it. And that's the Sangha, beautiful group of people that you have here. And then you always have a spiritual friend. I will be here along the way. Now, if you didn't have any Sangha and you didn't have anybody to ask questions to or talk to, then yes, this could be a whole different story, okay? Things coming up and no way to deal with those. All right, very good. So we'll just take a moment of silence for the dedication. And deep bow to you, everybody. Take care.
Thank you very much. Thank you.